Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing, and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. That is more than 5 years of Torah every single weekday, finding each other from every corner of the world to learn together, to share in what's happening in the world, and to raise each other up. It's good to be with all of you. Neil and Penny, Sandy, Janice, Tara, Boker Tov. Good to see you. Dina and Tracy, Orly and Haley, Cynthia. Good morning, friends. Cecile and Linda. Hi. Debbie. Hope that you are well too. Let's see who else is here. We're going to take a moment to say Boker Tov on this very important day on the Jewish calendar. Today is Yom HaZikaron, and we'll be talking about that soon. Barbara and Siona, Jonathan and Jack, Sharon, Minna, Barry, Amy, and Barbara. Boker Tov. All right, let's take a breath. Stanley, so good to see you yesterday. So good to see you now. Barbara, sending love to Paris. Natalie and Corinne, good morning. Hi, Shush. Okay, let's take a breath. We're going to sing a bracha, learn some Torah. Here we go. So hi everybody. Hope you and yours are safe and well. It's broadcast 1293. It is day 572 since October 7th. It is Yom HaZikaron. Today is the day where we remember all those who have fallen in defense of the State of Israel, in defense of the Jewish people, and who were killed as victims of terror. We call them all to mind. And the number that has been circulated by many organizations is 30,646. That is a lot of memory, a tremendous amount of heroism. To say it is the cost of freedom is to devalue the universe that each one of those human beings represented and the pains that their families go through. And we, their family, remember them today. May their memories be blessed. May the Torah that we teach and the actions we take be worthy of their legacy. May we always carry them, even if we don't know each of their names. Today, Yom HaZikaron, is also a day of urgent need in Israel, as there are brush fires all around Jerusalem. It's a national emergency that was just declared, and firefighters and the IDF, Tzahal, are being brought in to fight the fires. Cars have been abandoned on Highway 1. And please God, the fire should be contained soon. So I ask you, on a day that is already so deep with meaning and so demanding emotionally, to send your prayers for safety for the city of Jerusalem itself, for the communities that surround it, and if there's a way for you to be helpful, please investigate. I guarantee you that we will be involved. UJA will be involved directly. Um, and so you can support us to support them. Um, there is a lot to talk about, and I'm trying to figure out how to balance it because, in fact, what I want to do more than anything else is just sit in the quiet and reflect on the number 3,646, which include all those killed on October 7th. And I find myself overwhelmed. I'm going to just shut my window because someone's mowing the lawn right next door. I find myself overwhelmed. I'm looking at images on my other screen that are broadcasting on the Times of Israel, which I hope all of you pay close attention to, and to see the memorial gatherings at military cemeteries all over Israel, to see grandparents in anguish at the site of the Nova massacre, to see Israeli firefighters fighting for the life of our people. It's no small thing to feel all of these things at the same time. The Yom HaAtzmaut torch lighting, which is a very significant moment, right as Yom HaZikaron ends, we go right into Yom HaAtzmaut, and the lighting of the torch by 35 or 36 chosen representatives of our people is a significant moment. It's been canceled. And there were some controversial figures who were going to be present lighting the torch, and there were going to be people that everyone agreed upon. Often it's a consensus moment of acknowledgement, but among those who were going to light were two survivors, freed hostages, Eli Sharabi and Emily Damari, and they were going to light for their sisters and brothers who are still in captivity these 572 days. Holding all of this at the same time is incredibly difficult, but that's what we're called to do today. And also, holding in my heart with great pain, I'm assuming you've seen this story as well, that last night 2 Reform synagogues in Israel were attacked by mobs of ultra-Orthodox gangs. I don't know what else to call them. The wrong words will come out if I search for a word. Attacking these Reform shuls because they dared, as shuls, to acknowledge the pain of Palestinians who have died too. Now, you and I can have a very intense and civilized conversation about what Yom HaZikaron is about. Yom HaZikaron for me is about the losses on behalf of the Jewish people and the Jewish state, which include 20% of Israel's population, which is not Jewish, some of whom fight in Tzal, fight in the IDF. And those sacrifices should be acknowledged in a way that feels authentic and right for their families, because they're not Jewish and they fought for the Jewish state and died for the Jewish state. Not just as, but I was about to say just as, on October 7th, Hamas terrorists did not ask which person they were hurting, stealing, killing, was Jewish or not, and there are Muslim hostages and were Bedouin hostages. There needs to be a way for us to affirm Jewish dignity and the singularity of this day on the Jewish calendar, and also recognize that Israel as a political reality, which has citizens who are Jewish and not, is a complicated national identity for some to carry. But what we cannot disagree about, is that in the name of our people, any of us would attack any of us. That inner fighting has plagued the Jewish people since our inception, since the sibling rivalries of the book of Genesis, since the Midrash, it's a legend, it's not in the Torah itself, of when we came to the edge of the Red Sea. The tribe of Benjamin jumped in, but then the tribe of Judah that wanted to be first threw stones at them. We have not grown so much since those days, and self-determination was a response to Jewish vulnerability, and yet what we've managed to do, some of us have managed to do, with that self-determination is deeply destructive on an inner level. We are taught that the temple, the second temple in Jerusalem, was destroyed because of inner Jewish hatred, Jews hating Jews, sinat chinam. Now, historically, that's not quite true, but our way of making meaning of history includes holding ourselves to account when we treat each other with cruelty, and that is not what 30,646 people died for. The chance we have to build a society worthy of their sacrifice is in our hands. And Yom HaZikaron, a day of memory, demands better. There are fires raging in Israel. We all have to show up to put them out. And there are fires raging in Israel. And we have to be careful with that fire, because just last week we were taught in the Torah that a strange fire can be destructive. I don't want to demonize anyone. I don't. But we have to hold ourselves to account. Self-determination comes with deep, deep responsibility, and we must hold ourselves to account. Most of all today, I want to sit for a moment with you in memory. In Israel, a siren goes off on Yom HaZikaron, and no matter where you are, on the highway or anywhere, you stop what you're doing and you stand. I want to share a story to lead us into a moment of shared quiet, which on a digital platform can feel really long, but it'll just be for 30 seconds and I'll watch the time. But here's a legend that is a weaving together of a few different ancient sources, and I owe the scholar Howard Schwartz my gratitude for the clarity with which he shared this. He said, and if you're into time travel and you're willing to think in fantasy terms, this will be for you. If you're not, go with me. Trust me, there's meaning in this. When the Israelites gathered at the edge of the Red Sea, the mountain of Jerusalem began to move. On it, the altar upon which Abraham would sacrifice his son Isaac. And Abraham lifted his hand to sacrifice his son. At the same time, on the edge of the Red Sea, Moses and the Israelites were cornered because the Egyptians were advancing, and so Moses prayed. And the Holy One called to Moses and said, "My children have nowhere to go, and you're praying?" And Moses said, "But what else can I do?" And God said, "Lift up your arm and tell them to go. When there's nowhere to go, we still move forward." And Moses held up his hand, and the people went forward. And as he held up his hand, an angel called out to Abraham on Har HaMoriah, on the mountain we call Jerusalem, and said, "Do not hurt the boy." It is a chilling thing to hear this juxtaposition, this weaving of the binding of Isaac and the crossing of the sea, but I want you, with me, friends, to hold on to the image of Abraham's outstretched arm holding, God forbid, a knife, and Moses' outstretched hand holding out a staff. According to this very strange and beautiful midrash, it was Moses holding up his hand that stopped Abraham's outstretched arm from falling, which means the actions of the descendants save the ancestors. What you and I do from this point on can be what saves our ancestors. And on Yom HaZikaron, 30,646 ancestors are watching. What will we do with these hands? In their memory, We must use these hands for good. I invite you, friends, with me for 30 seconds of quiet. Of quiet. May the memory of our sisters and brothers, our spiritual ancestors, whether we know all their names or not, the 30,646 human beings, each one a universe, that we remember this Yom HaZikaron. May their memories be for a blessing. Let's take 30 seconds of quiet, and then we'll sing Hatikva. Kolon baleva penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, Eretz Zion Virushalayim. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, friends.